Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dairy Raid in episode 6 of our Let's Build an Offensive System series. Moving on from the run game, and we're going to get into the passing game. But we're going to start with screens and what I call quick screens. And how I define a quick screen is a base blocking scheme and just getting the ball out in space. There are more longer developing screenplays, tunnel screens, etc., that involve moving linemen to landmarks, etc., etc. That is something we'll get to down the road, and not every team has an offense that's athletic enough to run those type of screens. With these quick screens, it's the type of plays that can be and should be in every passing game because it is the type of play that can build off the run game, but more importantly, it is easy completions and just getting the ball in space, which is the name of the game. All right, so we're going to start inside and then we're going to work our way out. We're going to talk about 3 different quick screens here today. So the first one that I want to go through is what I call my running back flat screen. And all this is how you want to run it. It can be up to you. But what I'm going to take here is I'm going to tell my receivers, we're going to run our guys off. Everyone's going to run their guy off. Sell the vertical push. Sell the ball downfield wherever you want to go with this. And actually, I'm going to put my running back over here. And whatever way you want to get the running back into the flat is up to you. I like to do it across the face, where we're just going to come across the formation and we're just going to get into the flat. And my receivers are going to run their guys off until they feel the defender over them is going to commit downhill, and then they're going to turn right there and block. My offensive line. Basically, everybody, we're going to be simulating a half slide, and we are going to pass block. Only thing we're going to do slightly different is the play side guard. His job is to make sure that that defensive tackle, or nose tackle in this case, stays on the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be important, especially depending on different ways that the running back can get into the flat. Our play side tackle, he is going to pass block as if he would. And then as the running back is getting out into the flat, he is going to release and look to get inside and hit the first body he sees. What we are hoping with the design of this play, showing a 4 vertical look, quarterback is going to be in a quick 3-step drop, is that is going to cause these defenders to just go into their normal pass drops, whatever their scheme may be in that particular case. And then we get the ball out into the flat, and we get the ball upfield as quickly as we can so we can hit those defenders as they're coming downhill to the ball. Not a lot of moving parts. If you have a basic 3-step drop passing game, it is a play that you can work off of. And again, everyone can change how they want to run in the backfield. You can run it cross face like this with a little bit of play action. You can set your running back up on the same side and just have him check up in the line as if he's pass protecting and then working out. You can line this up in a trips look and run a very similar play with the number 3 receiver and just run a quick out. However you want to do it, we just want to get the ball out in space in the flat as quickly as we can, and we want to sell the downfield action. Really simple, high percentage type play. And what I like about this as well is if there is no options, the quarterback is just going to take off. All right, let's go back to our beginning setup again. And we're going to talk about the next quick pass, or quick screen, excuse me. that we want to go through, and that is our basic bubble screen. And I have seen the bubble screen blocked differently, but let's talk about the actual pass first. We are going to gain depth. We're going to run this out of our trips formation here, our green formation in my system. We want to gain depth off the snap, and then we want to work wide. Come on, huddle. Agree with me. You don't want to. Let's try this again. There we go. And gain depth. There are different ways to run the bubble. With this type of screen, I like to actually kind of backpedal a little bit and almost turn out or turn back to the QB. Look back at the QB. I find that it gives the quarterback an easier target and allows him to throw a more efficient pass. And then our receivers out in space are just getting off their stances and getting upfield and blocking. Now, when it comes to the blocking scheme, this all depends on a lot with the athletic ability of your offensive line. If you have linemen who can move, then usually what I do in this case is a lot of teams will pass protect, and actually what I like to do is I like to outside zone this. And I'm telling these guys, especially if the front side guys here, they want to keep everything in the box. We want to keep everything that we can in the box so we can create a cutback lane. And then our running back would be getting in the alley as tight off of this as he can and looking to seal from the outside in. Okay? So that is how we set up the bubble screen. Other thing that we do with this as well is we have our bubble screen is rule-based, that if the number 3 receiver is covered, or if we are in a twins formation and the number 2 receiver is covered, then we are going to throw the ball to the widest uncapped receiver. And then in this particular case, it would be the running back. Okay, quarterback's just going to get the ball. And the way I kind of tell him, my quarterback's American, so he understands this. You're turning a double play. Center's getting you the ball. You're the shortstop. You're gonna little crow hop, cross that bag, and you're gonna get the ball out as quickly as possible. No drop back. Just step behind, throw the ball, get it out in space. All right. And then finally, the last quick screen we will talk about today is our quick screen to the wide receiver. Okay, and this can be a little bit difficult depending on alignments, but if your receivers know how to get out of their stance, they can help in this situation. So we would be running a quick screen to our Z receiver out here. He's going to take a step and then turn back with his eyes inside to the QB. Real quick little movement. Our Y, depending on the alignment of the defense, he wants to get out of his stance. Okay, 2 to 3 steps upfield, and then he's looking to wall off the corner. Our running back is looking to get in the alley and hit the first thing he can get in the alley. Quarterback, same thing. He's throwing that quick double play ball, catch, set, throw, get it out there in space. And what we're hoping here is we catch it, and then our receiver just tucks in right behind the block of our number 2 receiver here. And we can run it on both sides. If we feel like we're outmanned on one side, we can throw it to the other side, make it a little bit easier. But it's just about getting the ball in space. And again, same thing. On this particular play, I like to outside zone this. Again, just to keep everybody in the box. And what I also like about when I outside zone this also tends to get the linebackers to be coming more downhill instead of laterally. And that allows us to have just a little bit more space before the inner half of the alley collapses. So just getting the ball out in space quickly, chance for high percentage passes. That's all we're looking for with quick screens. These are the type of extensions of the run game that you can use really no matter what type of quarterback you have in your system. All right, well, that's it. That's all we really need to cover with the quick screen. Obviously, you can play with this. There's a lot of different variations of these type of throws that you can do. It depends on how athletic your players are and how you view the idea of a quick screen. Could I just catch the ball and just rip it out to the slot receiver on a one step? Sure. How are you going to block it? That's for you as a coach to decide and what fits your players the best. In my situation, I have some pretty good playmakers on the outside, and sometimes not a lot of time to get it to them. So, quick screens are a great way to get the ball out in space without having to set up too much in terms of scheme. Okay, so that is the quick screens. Next time, we are going to continue talking about the passing game, and we're going to get into my quick mirrored passing plays and talk about how turning your pass plays into half field reads simplifies the game and makes the reads easier for your quarterback. But that will be next time. Thank you as always for watching, and we'll see you then.